About 20 years ago, MPLS networks really ruled the world. And what was happening at that time was data centers, really non-disparate data centers or siloed data centers run by large companies or organizations were spread around the world. They were connected with MPLS networks, which were private, secure, class of service, and that was great. But what that really did was it really hid the network away from everything else. It limited flexibility of organizations. Another thing started to happen where data centers were leaving the premises, leaving headquarters, leaving data centers and going into the cloud.
Majority of their applications, their ERP, their CRM have been moved out to the cloud. And as they're moving more and more applications out to the cloud, the dynamics of the network are changing. They're no longer needing a private network as much. They don't need to have a private communication.
So as the cloud started to become bigger, the demands on the network started to become a lot greater. As that happened, that spurned an area of innovation. In that time, data center virtualization by VMware, KVM, Xen, Hyper-V were coming out. They were really great. They took a whole stack of network gear and turned it into one little server, right? That very similar mindset was taken and brought down to the edge. And in the edge, what we're now doing is virtualizing what happens where the customer does business.
When the client is leaving a private application network, MPLS for example, which is the most common form of private application that they're running right now, they're having a QoS that they're used to having that's given by the carrier, it's given to them to consume, and they know that their voice is going to get a first priority. When they move to internet applications, they don't necessarily have that as an ability.
But the ultimate thing is users need the extreme flexibility and performance to have applications work the same throughout all of their different devices. We said, hey, there's a way that we can get the software to make intelligent decisions based on application demand. That was phenomenal. Version 1 of SD-WAN was now born. It was now taking and virtualizing the networks at the edge away from the data center. The best thing about it is the cloud is going to get significantly better now that SD-WAN is here. Customers are now getting the flexibility that they're requiring. They're getting the resiliency that they need, but most of all, they're getting the performance to run applications and really deliver results back to the business. What's going to continue to happen is more and more demands are going to be placed on the network. It's going to be about how do I make my applications secure, how do I make them perform, and how do I make them extremely resilient. You need software to do it.
And so with SD-WAN, you're able to get that quality of service and give those applications their own inherent ability.
The edge will be dominated by one piece of equipment that can almost run any software out there, and you can make the change between different manufacturers based on your business demand almost instantaneously.